But I have to listen to it. Thanks, Jim.
Happy birthday, January. See you on the internet. I said,
There you go. I catch
Everywhere else is 20. That's pretty.
I'm sorry.
I thought about that. All the way down to when you do that, part of what that name part of yeah,
I lost all the others.
25 miles per hour.
It's like 1 mile. So, that way I can help get you
I
started.
think it's very expensive. This is a whole. A lot of coffee, 6 days. I mean, you could do it. That would be good. All You go from here. I know, right? That's even like, for the house. They take you down and go there.
About to call to order the October 19th regular meeting of the Martinsburg City Council. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the prayer of the clerk. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we ask for your blessing tonight on this council meeting. Grant our city leaders the wisdom, patience, and understanding to make the best decisions for our city and its people. Amen.
Before we begin, I would like to welcome Pat and Troop 62 with us tonight. We've got a group that are going to be paying close attention, so all of you councilmen, watch your Troop 62s and make a good impression tonight. So we welcome you all, and we're glad you can be here with us. So can I have a roll call?
Mr. Hunter.
Here.
Mr. Shrubs.
Here.
Mr. Davies. Mr. Rogers.
Here.
Mr. Nyman.
Here.
Mr. Tram.
Here.
Mr. Regis.
Here.
You should have all received the minutes of the last meeting. Are there any corrections or additions? If not, then they will stand approved as received. We'll go on to petitions, correspondence, and anything. All right, then we'll start with reports of officers of the city and Mayor Conley.
I have a few things. First of all, I want to bring this up to, so that you're informed. The first meeting of November, I would like to take part of the beginning of the meeting with the proclamation for Wilbur Tesla. I'm waiting on Carlos Bill's daughter Joyce to give me information and dates. She gave me information, the proclamation is finished. She's getting me dates of when we'll be able to meet with Carl, they don't do a ball field, to unveil and dedicate the sign, and read the proclamation for him on the ball field. As soon as that information comes, I'll text everybody or email them, let you know when it's going to be. Mr. Clary was in and gave us an estimate on the largest slip up at Northridge Drive. It'll be about 12,000 to repair that. So we're going to see what we need to do with that at some point. Kind of put that within the project at Northridge Drive. Hopefully we'll be able to do that if not before next spring. That's going to depend on things come up. We'll get to. They finished core drilling on North Lake Street. They came back in and did drilling. They drilled on 3 spots on 8th Street, one right in the middle of the slip. They drilled down below it in the alley, and they drilled up on 9th Street. So as soon as the report comes in for that, and that will tell us what direction we need to go as far as those repairs. And we still have several agencies that are working to get us funding. So as soon as we hear from those, then we'll know which direction we're going to go. Reverend Webster has requested the use of the park on Saturday, the 22nd of this month. They would like to do a benefit concert for the employees in the business center for Washington Fire. So we do a push for them, so we appreciate it. And a couple of reminders, and I want to thank that in November 5th or 1 to 4, we'll be going to bowling with the police at the Legion. So we want to remind you again, before that, we have one more meeting before that date. And then also, with the chamber on December 13th, we don't have a location yet, but that will be the last business after hours of this year. And that will be held from 5 to 7 on December 13th. And for that one, we are asking that all business people that attend and anybody who would like to donate, bring a new toy. That way we can donate it either to the Daily Print Center and they can pass out some toys to families that come there for their children, or to the Marines or Salvation Army, whoever would be given to after that. So we would like to do that. And business after hours, pick up again in March. I'm sure you'll be one of those. The last thing I have is basically just a reminder again that we're 3 weeks away from Election Day, and I'm asking for citizen support for the police levy. We had a letter to the editor in there. We've had a lot of positive comments. It needs to pass for the safety of our citizens. We met with Brian Minder, who's the director of 911. And we discussed the possibilities that the police levy does not pass and the loss of our dispatchers. And it's not pretty. We lose our dispatchers. First of all, and these are just a couple of highlights that I wrote down this week, but we have a whole list of things. Not only the loss of dispatchers, but also the loss of services that we'd be able to give for our citizens through the police department. We would need to keep one dispatcher we felt to do part-time, or part of the day shift and part of the afternoon shift, maybe work 9 to 5 or something like that, just to help with the walk-up that comes to the window throughout the day. If we don't have anybody there, then we're going to have to, every time somebody comes, somebody's going to have to call the police officer off the street to come in and help with the problem here. If we don't have dispatchers and staffing that 24 hours, 7 days a week, then the police and nurse work is going to lose their leads. Because under law, it has to be staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if we don't have somebody in there, the only way we'd be able to accomplish that is to pull the police officers off the street and actually have them in the desk down there again, which then we lose police officers on the street, we lose patrol time, we lose safety for our citizens. Also, our 2121 phone line would no longer be in use here. We would have to have that automatically skipped out to 911 center for any citizen calls. We won't be able to do anything no more here where we call and say we got a dog running loose or there's a raccoon that's acting strange in an alley, whatever it might be. But so we're going to lose that. That would be skipped out to 911, and then they would have to do something on their end to get the information back to us. But there was just a lot of, and there was, we didn't have a whole list. These are just some of the key things. Just a lot of things that, on top of the loss of people, lots of safety items that are going to happen in the state. So I'm just asking that we, as a city, citizens, help support our police department to pass this letter. That's all I have.
Any questions for the mayor? Thank you, Mayor. Service Director, Mr. Phillips.
Thank you. First of all, I want to remind residents that 4th Street is one-way going north section was affected by the fire. We've had some folks sneak the wrong way down the street and some near accidents. Just as for the foreseeable future, at least, it's going to be one way going toward Hanover Street. So please be cautious in that area and pay attention to the signs that cones that are up. Secondly, first at Hanover Street, some of you may have seen the concrete is poured. It's been saw cut. Should be opening up tomorrow, if all goes well. As I had mentioned before, I think council with another meeting, we had talked about change order when we use medium curing concrete so we can get that job done faster. It's approximately 1 week ahead of schedule because of that. So we know it's affecting businesses down there. We kind of took action to get this done. So that change, as soon as that is done, that will change over then to Center Street. So the intersection of Center will be the next one was replaced. And after that point, we'll go ahead and do the milling and paving. We're still on schedule, or still ahead of schedule, I should say, for the entire project. While it has a 90-day completion date, it looks like we will be done far ahead of that. So the contractor is working very quickly down in that area, and I'm sure everyone's seen the detours going through town. The amount of traffic that actually will be on that road when it's finished. So it'll be a big help to us all. Flushing hydrants is continuing this week. It'll be done Thursday night, so some discoloration of water can be expected. I have a tentative start date on the Cemetery Road project of the week of November 2nd. Looks like all materials will be in at that point, and the contractor should be ready to begin then. It's kind of fortunate actually at this point because J.C. Manor's property is undergoing a lot of renovations that they're doing themselves. So there is new roofs being put on, new windows installed, and it's actually being done in the construction area. So this is fortunate. We kind of lined up timing wise with them to work it out. And last thing I have, I just want to remind Mr. Schroeder will probably help me with this. I want to remind residents to have lids on their garbage cans, and there's a limit of 3 cans. As Mr. Schroeder, when I was on council, always reminded us of. But if you don't have a lid on your garbage can, animals, crows are getting into it and spreading garbage throughout, streets. Our garbage and sanitation workers, I should say, don't need to be wasting time picking that up. We have seen just horrendous messes that are caused by simply putting a lid on the garbage can. So I've turned a lot of those over to Mrs. Suda, and we're just going to be citing people in the mayor's courts for that. But I'm asking for us to just comply with that order, please. They made these around office. So, that's all I have.
Mr. Regis, 2 questions.
Yes.
One, any idea how long First Street's gonna be in the way of that, any time frame at all?
Well, Mrs. Suda and I have been in contact with business owners over there, and they want to move quickly as far as bringing them down. Right now, there seems to be a holdup. Not a holdup. One of the things needs to be done is an asbestos test. So that testing will have to take place before anything can be brought down. And that period of time is what we're kind of waiting on. There's several insurance companies, and they're kind of working together. So hopefully we'll have one contractor do it. We've already been in discussions with the contractors about it. So I don't expect it's going to be an extended period of time. This is just a few weeks where they're trying to get the bearings on who's going to pay for what.
And the second question, tanks, we got the water department down
Yes,
for the fracking. Are we own them or rent them?
we rent them.
Are we using them at the present time? Because I didn't see any found like.
No, we are not. The plan is and as this is coming back on now, the plan is to run a line to those, and they get 804 trucks at a time. Mr. Suda didn't want to get rid of them because if we do that, the probability of us being able to get them back when things pick up would be very difficult. So we want to hang on to him. He's ready to go as soon as this thing picks back up. And we'll probably utilize the property that's down there to go the water.
Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Cleary, I have some call from the manager down at the dog club. So they'll possibly begin working at the intersection of Center Street, because there's still about 14 boats down there on Friday possibly, or Monday.
I'm going to guess Monday. It's quad, but one thing you remember there is because of Wilson Blacktop as well, where where Hanover and First were north and south accessibility. This will be east-west. So they will be able to come and go through there up Center Street. That's going to be the detour they'll use. So while they're going that intersection, one side will always be kept open, east and west. So it should be accessible to them as well. Actually, our group as well. So.
Mr. Johnson?
I wanted to tell Chris one thing, down at the old water plant, down north on First, the weeds boarded up or something, it's in deplorable condition, it's high, steps going up, doors are wide open, windows are open, keeps the weeds growing on, that's a liability.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, Mr. Sudo and I were down there.
Oh, was you coming through there?
We actually went into the old garage, which is, that's some trip.
I'm forgetting to tell you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We saw that. Actually, he's also working on the well houses down there. There's some years that need replaced, and they've painted them all. So that's all part of this process.
That's a good place for people.
Exactly, yes.
Any other questions, Mr. Pruitt?
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot one thing. We were contacted by, that reminded me, Norfolk Southern Railroad. That area is secure because it's our well field. So we have a gate there. Norfolk Southern and as well as National Augustine have access, of course, to that because they have property there. We've provided them with the keys. I just want to let everybody know. They have a key, and National Augustine have a key. We have keys to it, but they have some access issues there, and we just want to make sure they're provided access. I don't know what comes.
Mr. Schroeder?
Hey, Chris, have you heard anything from Railroad on the traffic lights and the stuff?
No, that's actually, short answer, no. They were in briefly, I think Mr. Keaton actually told me that they were in briefly and then went back out. We have contacted them not only actually to see if they could decrease the time on the switch. They can't do anything right now because it's technically a construction area, even though no one's there, it's still the contractor's responsibility while it's in the sun, right? So we have tried to get them to adjust that, and it isn't happening yet. So but I still understand that that's the issue. It's railroad as far as setting it up. So we're waiting. I've been to that lake many times. Setting for a while. Yes, exactly.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Chair. Auditor, Ms. Rainey.
I know you're all aware of this resolution when your desk, but accepting the amounts of raises determined by the budget commission. Unfortunately, I'm aware that you did not get this in a timely manner, which happens every year because the county has to send it to me along with the raise, and then I have to fill out the forms and get them on you. That was done yesterday, so that's why you didn't have them prior to. So you can either pass the necessary motions to pass this tonight, or you can call a special meeting, because I have to have it out to the county by November 2nd. Yes, Leanne, unfortunately.
Any questions?
This resolution, and these were all voted on that, or?
Yes.
It's one of
It does not have possible police levy on it because that hasn't been passed. So there's a possibility another one comes for that. But yeah, it's just things to go on through years ago.
Mr. Nunn?
I have a question for you about at State Route 7, the mighty money. This is we're supposed to get reimbursed money from the state. We paid like over all the years. And I just haven't heard anything about it for what's bills.
To my knowledge, but I can't swear by this, because I didn't look into it beforehand, we have gotten 3 months back, but not the number of months that we paid.
It's supposed to be money.
It was, but they picked it up from when we first notified them forward.
Is there any action we've got to take?
Mayor?
I contacted Jack Sarah's office and also Lou Jeffrey's office. They're giving me information on one thing we had to wait for. get kind of like down the mission of the connection of the bill. And, so once we get everything together, we got a packet that we're going to send them and ask them to reimburse those shares financially. Yeah, it's in the work, we just had to wait for some things this year for them to get that stuff to us. Finally, it has.
Sounds good.
I have a question. I don't know, you probably won't have the answer, so you have to get this. It just jumped in my head for some reason. On this, all this electrical work we did, all the lighting and that, did we ever see anything on our bills coming down at
The
all?
bills have come down,
Okay.
but at this point, it's a break even for what we're paying on the
What we
line.
get.
We're having,
Okay, I just wanted to put it working.
I think the cost of electricity is up, is what, right? Is what-
Yeah, I mean, so there's so far, there's been a little bit of savings now, but what we had before.
One question, so this is back to Chris. You're getting to look at that thing I gave you there, man?
I did, actually, I did.
There's a thing for power, for gas and electric.
Any other questions?
Just please be careful, we don't make any contracts. You've got
Reed gets really nervous.
Especially when they already saw early termination. It's last year. Yes, they do.
We actually have one for the highway, for our, I've been given about that, one. So, we're working on that as well, because we were under an energy agreement with a separate independent company. So when the state took it back over, it was as if we had terminated early out of our agreement, so that's kind of, we're working on that part.
Anything else, Ms. Newman? Thank you, Rita. Water Director, Mr. Stucker, anything?
No report.
Police Department? Ms. Gales?
That's right. No report.
Is there any other officer who would like to report? Mr. Deacon, anything from Park?
No.
Okay, then we'll move on to reports of committees. We'll start with finance and audit. Mr. Reed.
Just got a few, everybody knows, everybody's seen the reports, how far we're in the red in the street department. Sanitation, we're looking terrible there. I just want to make sure that, in no way I'm definitely supporting the police levy, but in no way I want anybody to think that the police levy passed, that we're going to be in good shape. Yes, that's going to make the police department solvent, but we're still going to be starting out the year well over $100,000 in the hole. And with things, and we're going to have Hillendale coming, First Street coming due to start paying, the garage, Cemetery Road, plus everything else that's happening right now. We're spending out the cash flow that we have to pay stuff, which is also includes our permanent improvement. So as long as we're drawing down on our funds to keep operating in departments we're in the red now, we're just setting ourselves up for a bigger failure. So sometime in the next week or so, as soon as I get some more information and get some stuff together, I'd like to have I'm shooting for a Saturday workshop type thing for a finance meeting. I'd like to sit down. I know there's not a whole lot we can do to save this year's budget, but I think we should take a long look at next year's budget. Because we have nothing set up where we're in any type of shape for an emergency. And we got people on North Ridge, we're telling them we're going to fix them. Right now, we have to fix them, we don't have money. We don't have money, and we need to take care of those people and do things. And there's just a lot of things we got to look at, and we're going to have to take a long, hard look at the budget, take a long, hard look at what we do, and set a budget that we know we can live with, and have some funds set aside that we can operate when we have these emergencies. And because they're going to happen. We can't help it. There's nothing we can do to help it. They're going to happen. The city's old. We're old. That's the thing that's going to happen. But that's all I have. Unless somebody else has something that's funny.
Chris, we made you talk the other day about the sanitation. Did you say that we are saving a few dollars by running the dumping 214 and not using the transportation?
We actually are, we're saving 40 fees right now, and it's because the transport station's down. It's actually the fortunate thing about it. We're probably saving around $2,500 a week. Actually, that's what I was looking at. The last cash statement I had was from the 26th of September. It was 34,000 unexpended, unexpended balance. And I got one today, it's 24,000 unexpended balance. And I think it, some of that at least is because of the transfer station.
Running there and shut.
We're under contract till November of 2017.
Contracts maybe.
I'm with you. I just, that's what Mr. Stecker would have to advise us on.
Save that kind of money. They never compare on their side.
No, well, again, that's, I can tell you,
That's
that's
quite
what
the
they
same.
do.
That's quite the same.
So I'm hoping that that at least continues somewhat longer.
Mr. Regis, you approve the floor.
Yes.
We'll move on to street, Mr. Rogers.
I did get a phone call from Richard Law, ADR on Monday, and he affirmed what Chris said. They're waiting for reports back from the drilling for OPWC and the other Omega to see how much we will be eligible for. So that's all I know right now.
Ordinance, Mr. Schwartz.
The only thing I have pending is work on an ordinance, get with Mr. Stecker, and I talked to the chief of police today, not a golf cart, but a lot of the state is bringing in their own rules on it. And I'd like to have a safety meeting set up. Chief of Florida's looking into it now, thinking there's some restrictions. Basically, it's just a block of the state, and have an ordinance to kind of control things a little bit on it, set up some licensing programs. So whenever we have a safety meeting, we'd like the chief of police into it, everybody sit down and see what we can come up with.
Do you want to do that now, or are you going to wait until you have information?
Well, it'd be up to the safety department, whenever the safety committee makes a set.
But you're ready for it when if they set it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sewer sidewalk, Mr. Schrank.
Nothing.
Excuse me. Code, Mr. Regis. Safety, Mr. Allen.
We had a meeting scheduled, Mr. Trim and Mr. Regis couldn't attend, so I went up to the staff for a little bit and watched the issue at Hillendale, but I would like to reschedule that, and if we could, maybe we could have it next week sometime, and then we could meet maybe a little early up on the hill and come down here for Bruce and ordinance to discuss the golf course, if you wouldn't mind. So if there any specific day next week, anybody available or not available?
Monday?
That'd be fine with me.
We got a whole one on Monday, 6.
Okay, can we work on Tuesday then?
Any other day.
Huh?
I think it's good. Wednesday.
All right. Can we all do Wednesday? Okay, so if you want to meet, Safety, you want to meet up on the hill at 5:30? And then we can come down here at 6? And have to, that's fine? Okay, that sounds great. Good to make sure the chief is there.
Yes, I'll make sure. Unless I have several sample ordinances of other cities.
That's great.
Safety committee, 5:30, Hill will be on the 26th, followed by a regular meeting at 6 here. Safety.
Just want to be there at the intersection?
Yeah.
Mr. Regis.
Rob, we start walking out to Mr. Gordon.
We can if you want.
Okay.
I went up and looked at it.
Oh, you looked at it? Okay.
I looked at it, but if anything, the three of us ought to look at it and discuss it a little bit.
Okay.
I'll give you some things I thought of.
Okay.
All right.
Does anyone say on service have anything they would like to? Okay, cemetery, Mr. Nunn. Any other committees you would like to report? Okay, if not, excuse me. We'll move on to hearing of any citizen regarding any matter that may properly be brought to the attention of council. If there's any citizen who would like to speak, please approach the microphone, give your name and address for the record, and please try to limit your speaking to the 5 minutes that have been set aside by council. Are there any citizens who would like to speak?
Thank you. The name is Richard Boyd, 915 Virginia Street. First of all, one of these, I have some comments and questions regarding the devastating fire impacting the business district. I'd like to compliment Chief Reese and all the firefighters who have been putting on the officer bodies. Very professional job in every way. And I said I couldn't think more for us for the very professional and just hardworking work. I think it's good. Much more than the state. So certainly kudos to them. Also, just wanted to let you know, probably are aware that the last commissioners were on today, on October the 12th. I had, as a concerned citizen, talked to the commissioners about the assistance of my possibly suggestions that they may have is if they have been they would contact them with the city administration. We've been working closely with them. They're very receptive to having been handled possibly. Same thing as I told about as well. Is it known at this point when programs are determined out? I understand that the seats are may possibly be reopening, so that's a positive thing.
The latest that we know, Subway plans on reopening. They've got to do some repairs inside, some smoke and water, whatever, things like that. C is, he's planning on reopening. He's doing his cleanups and stuff, he needs to be done inside. He's got an issue with the restaurant part of it. He would like to try and rebuild part of that, basically his insurance agent looked at it, to take that top floor off, bring it over to the bar side of the restaurant, just build a single story roof out over that, and he might be able to open that restaurant up again, whether it's Alexis to go back into it or somebody else, we don't know that yet or not. He has plans of trying to do that. As far as the buildings getting torn down, like Chris said, it's a matter of the insurance companies finishing up all their work, and then the samples got to be sent to the state for asbestos testing. And if they find asbestos and whatever else in there, then that's going to add to the cost of demolition because all that has to be wrapped and taken to a special landfill. So it's just a matter of waiting for that stuff to come back. And once it does, we plan on getting with insurance companies and contractors, which is done rapidly because we don't want to take a chance through winter or whatever with freezing thawing and sometimes it's small. Again, other buildings are big, or whatever. So as soon as we get all the reports done, we're going to get together with everybody, call them all, and we're going to have a meeting with the business owners affected, how we want to proceed with the insurance companies and everything, and just move forward and hopefully now I would vote like this year.
Also, too, just that here is there are 2 more offices that were affected, most of the insurance business, that they have internet sites.
Yes.
I thought that was a good possibility. Business as usual for these folks, and hopefully everything's going to be fine. We'll take care of it. Thank you. Also, too, just the folks where the businesses we got, the returning, those people are having. I would imagine I would hope that they would be aware that the service is available for them, they would seek out employment, and also possibly signing up for unemployment benefits to Ohio needs jobs. The works very obvious here at the People Connections Office. So you want to make sure that in that aspect is considered also. If those people are going to seek out employment in the next home for them as well. As well as the employment benefits. So there are lots of things forward. I just want to throw that out there.
That's one of the things that when we meet with our business, we're going to step up, we're going to talk to how to make shops. As far as the percentage of the system, we talked to the police, Jeff Field, Jack Sarah both. And as far as funding goes, we were informed that there's not a whole lot of funding to help with demolition, but there's a lot of development money within the state that may help rebuild and stuff like that. So they want to get involved as soon as we get to that process where we're starting to think from there after.
Thank you. just wanted to check to you, we talked about the possibility of a plaque honoring all the chiefs of police and that's why I just wondered how that was coming.
That's got me already, started by the sheet.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, form, I've got the list and everything, we gotta start going in from there.
It's moving
It's
right
moving
along.
along.
Anything else that you might do?
I think that's it for right now.
Yes. Thank you so much for your assistance and cooperation. Also, just something that I wondered for a while, I noticed that recently in Bridgeport, they wanted former high school basketball coach Flex Axel and named a street after him. And as a matter of fact, this street is named after James Wright, was the library. I was wondering if there might be some consideration given the possibility of the street after Joe Axel. He had such a positive impact on city works and the lasting impact over the years, and just thought I'd throw that out for instance. I saw that when people was going to talk, well, maybe that's something we could consider, so just as a private citizen, I might just do that for the city.
I don't know.
Or if anybody else-
Something for the council and, create a committee maybe for it and look at all the pros and cons.
Yeah, or there may be somebody else that you may have life on, and that's really nice, and also recognizing for state of the
Well, if you want to make sure we're-
But I thought, yeah, it's like, they have one for James White, but it's like, there were so many other. And Lee Rose, Ohio, which is our state route 7. I just thought it was.
We can investigate it.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Warren. Are there any other citizens who would like to speak? No other citizens? Okay. And that will take us down to reading and consideration of ordinances and resolutions. We do have one ordinance tonight. So how does council want to handle this? Do you want me, do you want to, you would need to suspend the 72-hour rule, or you would need to schedule another meeting? So
I make a motion to waive the 72-hour rule.
I have a motion by Mr. Regis, second by Mr. Hunter, that we waive the 72-hour rule for reading this ordinance. Is there any discussion? If not, can I have a roll call vote?
Mr. Regis.
Yes.
Mr. Hunter.
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Mr. Nyman.
Yes.
Mr. Tran.
Yes.
And by our chain, we do not pass that, and we'll waive the suspension of the 72, we will suspend the 72.
For a first reading, resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying that to the county auditor.
Council has now heard the reading of the resolution. What would be the pleasure of council? Do we need to suspend the rules?
I make a motion to suspend the rules.
I have a motion by Mr. Schroeder that we suspend the rules for the reading of the ordinance 3 times. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Mr. Rogers. Is there any discussion? If not, can I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Mr. Nyman.
Yes.
Mr. Tran.
Yes.
Mr. Regis.
Yes.
Mr. Hunter.
Yes.
By our chain, you have suspended the rules. What is the further pleasure, council?
Council resolution is read, please.
A motion by Mr. Hunter that we pass the resolution as read. Do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Schroeder. Is there any discussion? If not, then roll call vote, please.
Mr. Hunter.
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes.
Yes.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Mr. Nyman.
Yes.
Mr. Tran.
Yes.
Mr. Regis.
Yes.
And that resolution is declared passed. So read it, good to go.
Thank you.
So there being no further ordinances or resolutions that I'm aware of, we will move on to Ms. Langston. Mr. Regis.
Make a motion to accept the reports of officers of the city.
I have a motion by Mr. Regis to accept the reports of officers of the city, second by Mr. Schramm. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Mr. Schramm.
Make a motion to, recommend for city park, raise fundraiser.
That's the 22nd, Ms. Cummings. I have a motion by Mr. Schramm, second by Mr. Schroeder, that we allow Grace Church to use the city park on October 22nd. So any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Who was the second on that? I missed it, I'm sorry.
Bruce.
Bruce. Mr. Hopper.
Thank you. Motion to excuse Mr. Davies from the meeting tonight.
I have a motion by Mr. Hopper that we excuse Mr. Davis from the meeting tonight. Do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Rogers. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. That motion also carries. Mayor?
I just got one thing, I would be remiss if I didn't say this. With the fire, I just heartfelt thanks to the police department, the fire department that responded, all the outside companies that came in, the tanker task force that came in, just everybody that helped with this, because it could have been a lot worse than what it was, especially having started getting some winds or something, wanted to skip that alley and start taking out some stuff on this side. But everybody did a tremendous job. It was, you hate to talk about something like this, but it was like perfection, the way they worked together. And just, you know, I talked about it down there on Sunday. It was just so good to see how everything come together, how everybody steps up and did what they needed to do, the volunteers, the food and everything that came to the firemen and policemen and fishes. It was tremendous to see the whole community and the surrounding areas step up to help us out.
Thank you, Mayor. I think we all certainly back you up on that. It's one of the good things you can say. Mr. Richards?
A couple things up. First, Veterans Day, what time is line up there?
Yeah, I have to go.
You gonna do that?
Yeah, it's still better. Sorry.
Now, I need the date, because they asked me up there the other day, so.
I'll bring it up because we have one more meeting. Sorry. We're scheduling a Veterans Day parade. I say we, it's one of the city, mayor, fire department, police department. And we have it on an annual basis. This year it'll be on November the 13th. November Day, Veterans Day, November the 11th, Friday. Our parade will be scheduled for November the 13th, Sunday. We'll start at 2 o'clock, line up between 1 and 1:30, Liberty Fire Station on Center Street. Proceed from there to the city park. Usually we have bagpipers, we have a lot of veterans involved, so we can march in it. And Scout Troop 62 here, I'd like to invite them also, for the Boy Scout troops, they like to march the parade more than often. Like I say, the date is November the 13th, Liberty Fire Station. Basically, that's it.
And the other thing is, we found out we wrap things up, and want to really thank Coach Kim and Aunt Papaloni and Coach Gabriel for helping us set this up. But this year, you want to watch something in flag football, they let us use the field out there every Sunday, they have for years. Well, this year, they've agreed to let the kids have their final games under the lights. With the PA system, the whole work for the kids. So you want to see something, and the cutest ones are the little kindergarten kids. They are great, but if you got some free time, start at 6 o'clock Friday evening, 11 to 4, and it will be 6, 7, and 8 o'clock, and it'll be a good time. They'll be announcing all the games and everything, so.
What's the date again?
The 4th of November, starting at 6 p.m.
Mr. Sherman, one other thing, maybe, Beth was straightened this out a little bit on the Halloween. We have anything scheduled, we won't have a meeting before that. We have names scheduled down
October 29th is our annual, 6th annual trick or treat in the park from noon until 2 o'clock. Anybody who would like to come out and help, I can always use extra help. Anybody who would like to hang out with candy, we'll have tables set up. I believe Justin County's going to. The Elms will be setting up a table to hand out candy. Anybody else that would like to contact me, I'll make sure you're able to.
Anything else in this one? Mr. Regis?
I don't know if they would have any questions on that, see if anyone else had any questions.
Is there anything we can answer for anyone? And do you have any questions about what we just did or how we did things? Or- These would be, we had one councilman missing, we have 7 councilmen And these gentlemen on this side, they represent the entire city, everyone in the city. And the gentleman on this side represents specific wards. The city's broken up into areas called wards. And they represent those wards specifically, but also the rest of the citizens also. And so that's what they're doing. They talk back and forth to try to decide all these issues that we're talking about tonight. And of course, this is our mayor and our service director, who've given reports on, things they dealt with this week. Do you have any questions? Anything we can clarify?
First of all, thank you for having us. We are always looking for service projects, and sometimes there's a conflict in it because that you might not be able to help or it might be too late for us, but if there's anybody that's that would be able for us, it's house, us to help with something. We need to go over there and follow, and I think, have my number.
I do, actually. Yeah. I'm sure we'd welcome the help. We may have the mayor. You going to say something?
I have one name for you right now, it would be interesting. Saturday morning on November 5th, 10 o'clock in the morning, whatever, if you'd be interested. Because Veterans Day would be coming up, we want to put the flags out in all veterans' graves, in Riverview and Walnut Grove Cemetery. And we generally have some flags in the St. Mary's Cemetery also is there. If you'd be interested in how to put the flags on the veterans' graves, you'd be up at Riverview Cemetery at 10 o'clock and put them out.
Thank you, Mayor. Very good. Mr. Schramm.
See that number 62, I was a member of 62 in the 1950s.
Did you all hear that?
Yeah.
Your troop is at least back to the 1950s. Okay, if no further questions, then I'll leave it up to the councilman. Do you have anything else, Mr. Rogers?
Our next meeting is down at the rec center, November 2nd, 6 p.m.
Correct, Rec Center, 6 o'clock, November 2nd.
Make the motion to adjourn.
I have a motion by Mr. Rogers that we adjourn. I have a second by Mr. Parker. If there's no discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. And we will adjourn with a salute to the flag.